We got Mr. Info, you know what we here for, the Old Heads Podcast. Yo, we coming from Gulf States to the team at the Barclays, the Old Heads Podcast. Yo, from Will scoring 100 to job being wanted, the Old Heads Podcast. Yo, let's go.
Yeah, buddy! Old Heads, episode 109, man. Back in the basement, man. Great day to be alive, man. I'm your co-host, Omar, a.k.a. O'Milly, a.k.a. that dude, a.k.a. Mr. Rello. If you know, you know. My apologies for last episode. I was a little inebriated, you know what I'm saying? Hey, it is what it is. It's summertime, right? But hey, enough about me. I'm going to let these brothers introduce themselves. We're going to go ahead and hop right into it. But before we do any of that, man, if you're on YouTube, man, like and subscribe. Check us out at Old Head Sports Entertainment Podcast. Also, you can go over to the other brother page, C Hendo, Ceehendo, C Hendo. Don't be dusty, man. Hit that little subscribe button, man. I'm gonna let these brothers introduce themselves. Old Heads, episode 109. Let's get it in. You did.
Yeah, old head, you with us?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh man, you already know it's your man Hendo G, aka Mr. Honey Pack, aka French Loaf, aka the leader.
Hey.
Big shout out to my Xbox buddies, man. Keith, man, my man T-Lo James,
Yes, sir.
my man Maury, and my man Reem, man. For checking us out, man. Fuck what I told y'all, I shot y'all niggas out, man. Plenty love, plenty love.
Love. Man, well, this is y'all first time checking us out, man. We are a sports entertainment podcast, and we always start every episode with Hendo's Hot Take. Hendo, what is the hot take?
Yes, sir. White Sox fucking suck.
Oh, bro.
It's terrible, man.
Damn,
It's bad, man. It's just
Damn,
20,
bro.
21, 22 game loss. Fired the GM. Like I don't know if he.
Squad,
It just I think more people need to get fired. I think a couple coaching something. I mean, we got to do something to revamp. This shit look just bad. Like this is like first time in franchise it look this bad. I just don't know what to say. It looks terrible. This franchise don't look like they getting it together. You know, we went from looking on the up and up to just being on the down and down for like a while, and just it don't look like we getting together right, man. It's just they not looking good. It sucks to say, man, because I love the shit out the White Sox. It is my team, but shit, man, we looking really bad right now. And I would say it for any team. You just looking bad? You looking bad, man.
Historically bad.
Historically bad.
It's like shameful.
Like Browns,
Yeah,
like the 0-16 Lions or the 1-15 Lions, or 0-16 Browns. Like you looking bad, man. 22 straight losses. Like y'all ain't squeezed a win, and you know how many games they got? 20.
We finally got one, didn't we? We ended the streak, didn't we?
We ended the streak.
At what, 21 though?
I
At
think it
21,
was like
22?
22,
Come on.
something
Like,
that.
that's just bad. We just not playing our best ball. We're looking terrible. Not even mediocre at best. Just playing bad ball. We don't look good. We don't. Pitching looks sus as shit. Outfield looks sus as shit. Infield looks sus as shit. I mean, like, it's just, man, we might need to revamp the clubhouse. Like, get some guys out there. Call up some of the Dodgers ex-niggas to see what they doing.
I was honestly trying to hope nobody was paying attention.
Nah, I was.
Right, you know
I
what I'm
was.
saying?
And I was like, damn, is they going to get it together to do something?
Oh,
Nope.
my God.
It's bad. They look bad.
They endured a historic 21-game losing streak, which went from July 10th through August 5th. Yeah.
Shout out to the South Side.
Yeah, shout out to the South Side. That's depressing, though, man. That's my team, man. I love the White Sox, bro.
Get it together,
Love the
man.
White Sox.
Shit.
Hey, that's Hendo's hot take, man. White Sox, y'all get it together, man. Please. Athlete of the week. Excuse me. This week I actually went with Cuba. Majen, hope I'm saying his name, Lopez. He has won gold medals in 5 straight Olympics in wrestling. The legend himself left his shoes on the mat to indicate that he was retiring on top. But I don't know. I think we got co-athletes of the week because I got to go with Steph Curry as well, man.
Yeah.
Steph, man, if y'all didn't check that out, man, go if you got Prime, go look at that game. That was a great game. But that last, I say, 3 minutes, Steph Curry went crazy. He hit a 3 that was over a double team that was absolutely like bananas. Like, I couldn't believe that shit.
I've only seen him shoot the ball clutch like that against Oklahoma City Thunder that one time in the playoff. When he came down that last shot, I was like, damn, there from half court. Because no offense to Fam, but that was always my knock on him is that he'd shoot it, but he be not really making them motherfuckers, down the stretch. Yeah. He fucked them boys up today.
Clay was always the one making big shots.
Yeah.
Even Draymond won finals. I remember Draymond getting hot and making some big shots. I think he had like 23 or something like that.
Well, Steph had his day on the world stage today.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm looking. He had 9 threes a game before this. So
he had
for his
60 over the last 2 games.
Yeah. You said how many?
60 over the last 2 games.
Oh yeah, points. Yeah.
And I want to say he was 17
for 26 the last 2
I'm
games.
sorry, but I'm not really super impressed. This is something I expect from a motherfucker who has 3 or 4 championships.
He hunted those shots, dog.
I understand, but
that was impressive.
But this is something I expect
without that.
at the level that I expect.
I expected it too for the way to get that praise.
Is one of the best shooters we've ever seen, other than Ray Allen, and then everybody else that trickled down after that.
He did this shit with LeBron on the floor, KD, all our best players. It's like saying, "Hey man, this is my show right now."
That's what I expect.
And he delivered though.
But this is what I expect. He's supposed to be. This is a multi-championship guy.
I expect guys to be human. That was not exactly human what we just said.
The way I've seen Steph actually shoot in certain series throughout regular season, excluding certain playoffs and stuff like that, the way I've seen this man consistently shoot at times, this is what I expect from him. This man is the best 3-point shooter. You're supposed to be able to shoot over double teams. You're the best. That's the best. We watched some of the best do it. We watched Reggie Miller do it for years. We watched Ray Allen do it for years. We watched Clay and them do it. Like, I expect that from him. I'm sorry. This stuff I expect. He's our best shooter. He is our best shooter. This is what I expect. Like, if I told you I sent our best dunker over there and he dunked over a 7'6" guy, it was cold to see, but I expect that. You are our best dunker.
No, you didn't. You won't expect a motherfucker to jump.
If you got
over
that bounce, if you got that, hey.
No. You can't tell me you would expect Vince Carter to jump over a 7-footer.
Hey. If you got that bounce, I just expect you to. I expect you to do some crazy dunks. Is what I'm saying. I expect certain things to get through that an average person shit wouldn't get through. I expect a crazy windmill to come through. I expect a clutch double dunk like that to come through on the backside of somebody. I expect an underneath come through clutch dunk. I'm just saying I expect some type of exciting dunk if we send our best dunker over there. You know what I'm saying? If we send our best passer over there, I expect some crazy passes. Like, you know what I'm saying? But we sent our best shooter, and he did what he do at being a best shooter. That's what we expect from this man. I'm sorry, I expect that from him. This man is still working out his legacy, and there's little gray areas that people are still trying to put in that area. This helps solidify some of that gray. Put it like that. He don't have to win another ring no more. This will help solidify some things for him.
That man did not show up in a lot of fourth quarter and pressurized moments. First of all. Second, this is his first Olympics, so he ain't just playing in front of the NBA and all our fans. He's playing in front of the world. Right. And then for all those other superstars,
everybody knows who Curry is.
And for him to hunt shots, I mean, motherfuckers just giving him the ball. KD gave him the ball 2 times down the floor and shit. The ball got to him. He was like, you know what, fuck it, no, you take that shit right back. We gonna see what you gonna do. You gonna shoot that bitch until you miss, and he didn't.
They knew he was in that. Hey, when you in that mode, you in that mode. And you know that. Hey, big up to them guys for recognizing dog in that mode. Like, man, feed them. This nigga's eating right now because they know he can get like that. That's all I'm saying.
They do. Yeah, that's a good point.
They know he can get like that. You know, that's just saying that we know this man's an elite shooter.
But it's hard to expect it on that stage, man, with all those guys and shit too. His first time there. You know what I'm saying? To him to do it to the tune of that, that's a real good game for Steph on Golden State. Not real good, but that's a good game when you knock down 9 or 8, 9 threes. That's a good game. You know, so that I expect it there. I don't expect him to even get that many shots up with all these guys on the floor. Right. You know what I'm saying? So for him to be knocking them down, then for them to start looking for him, and then for him to keep knocking them down.
Because they know he was in that mode, man. Sometimes you get that close.
I see what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? You can kind of see that happening because we always waiting on the Steph game. And we so happen to get to it there. You know what I'm saying? But at the same point in time, though, it looked good. They look good when it happens. You know,
But
that's all.
as it should though, because we send in the best of our best over there. Is what I'm saying. We should be having amazing. These are supposed to be our high end guys. You know what I'm saying? We didn't send the C team over there. We
I
sent
agree.
the A minus team. You did.
I agree. But keep that thought in mind. The thinking about sending out best, the USA men 3-on-3 basketball team had a bad performance in the 2024 Olympics. Should the NBA send 4 NBA players, or what should they do to give us a better chance at gold in 4 more years?
I got a question for your question.
Mm-hmm.
I was wondering, are those other dudes pros? The guys they sending, are they like dudes off the street, or are they pros?
I believe they're pros because I'm pretty sure you have to go through the FIBA in order to play.
So you had to have played basketball, pro ball, or are they still playing pro ball? Because if they're playing for like the national team, but then a couple of them come play.
That I don't know.
Because to me, that's the thing. Like, I'm just trying to fight, you know what I'm saying, meet the exact same force with the shit. Like, if you sending motherfucking pros, we should send pros. And if they, like, used to be pros, then we got to holler at Cube, man. What's up with them 3-on-3 niggas?
Can't do it.
Can't do it?
No, because they're not associated with FIBA.
How do you get associated with FIBA?
That I don't know.
They can, but there has to be an appliance, so they would have to like apply right now, and then they would have to go through, and then they would have to go through and stuff like that.
It
Because
seemed like you got about 4 years to figure it out. It seemed like some paperwork to go through by then.
I can definitely do some work.
I think we should, if we're talking about a 3-on-3 basketball for the Olympics, we should really take a good look at sending some of the pros over there. But the only thing is, and this is the only confliction with that. If you're good enough to be in the 3-on-3, you're almost good enough to be on the Olympic team probably. But there was a few guys. I think this should work like this. For guys who get snubbed in the Olympic team, we should send the top 5.
Jaylen Brown them was on.
We should send the top 5 of those guys. So it'd be like Jaylen Brown, Trae Young,
But what if they send the
Zion.
scrubs? Because that was the U.S. problem. We was like, dude, we sending college niggas, and they got these grown ass motherfuckers. So we send our
but
professionals.
the 5 I just
and
named.
we send professionals, and these motherfuckers got college kids playing or something. We gonna look like we clowning because
this is
we the
Olympics.
coldest league
This is
anyway.
Olympics. This is Olympics. All right.
It's supposed to be pros.
So if we're going to send over
I don't
there
know.
guys that didn't make that Olympic team, the top 5, like I said, Jaylen Brown didn't make that team. He should go. Zion, he should go. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's my man? Like, Jimmy Butler or something like that. Or John Morant. You know, Trae Young. You know what I'm saying? Guys like this, they could go over there and run a hot throw 3 right now. You trying to tell me just this 3 right now? Trae Young, Zion, and Paul George. Trae Young, Zion, and we'll say Brandon Ingram. We'll just throw him in there for something. You know what I'm saying? Just the shits and giggles. You know what I'm saying? Just, these are that could work. All the niggas can shoot.
Dang.
I'm
Hold on. So it says, I don't mean to cut you off, but it says that NBA and WNBA players are allowed to participate in 3-on-3 basketball. Nothing technically has prevented Jalen Brunson from becoming a 3-on-3 star. It says, but the thing is, NBA needs to comply with FIBA eligibility rules, which require each country rosters to have 2 players within the top 10 of that country and 2 players ranked within the top 50 of minimum numbers to be ranking points.
Oh yeah, that's easy. I would easily made me a squad though.
Yeah.
Full of NBA niggas.
Yeah. It's NBA niggas.
Oh, they said the only way to climb to the country's 3-on-3 rankings is to play a lot of 3-on-3 events. NBA and WNBA players can play a ton of basketball, and asking a lot of them to take time out to schedule a regular 3-on-3 circuit is hard. It's a hard sell
Right.
for any NBA team.
So okay, I'm gonna tell you this. We should have just like when it comes down to a 3-on-3 Olympic team, and we're sitting there, we're putting a team, and it has to be NBA player or something. We should have open runs for this. There should be open runs where you can, just like and one used to go city and city and have open runs. We should have open runs and a countdown. I just feel like we should go to that because there's a lot of good qualified guys like Cooper Flagg and guys who can ball out here, who can run 3-on-3s, but are may not might be team a 5-on-5 type guy. There's guys who can play 1-on-1 ISO ball, 3-on-3.
ISO, because all our guys in NBA are 1-on-1 players really. They all can take their one guy off the dribble with three people on the floor. There's more space on the floor now to fuck motherfuckers up 1-on-1. Like, we should never lose that. We should never lose 3-on-3.
I feel like we should count in like one guy and like make a captain. So it'd be like Harden or some Paul George or Tyrese Maxey. I think they go to every state, have open runs, and just see where it goes. Have the 5-on-5 open runs, narrow them down.
I seen Baby Shaq and one motherfucker, a whole bunch of niggas. He was on TV. Right. It was like 100 people playing or whatever. He fucked up everybody. Zach Randolph fucked up like a whole bunch of motherfuckers.
If we sent Professor over there,
we could send motherfucking Beasley over there. Mike Beasley, nigga.
Oh man.
I mean, it's a whole bunch of one-on-one motherfuckers though that niggas ain't really stopping.
I mean, me personally, I would like to see the Big Three champ participate.
I thought that would be dope, but I don't
see that in the Olympics.
I think that should be the staple because I think if you win the Big Three championship, that should put you in contention the first year for an Olympic run. But if you run like back to back on a motherfucker, like you solid type shit. I feel like that, but there's no way that there's gonna be able to work out because
the NBA don't want to work with Q, so they would jump and send some guys over there because they have more of an affiliation with FIBA already established.
Q, but
unless he put the paperwork in for their ass.
If Q were to get some better ties, would say like a Mark Cuban. Who actually has better ties with all the foreign relations he has, they might be able to work something out because now you have somebody on your shoulder. What I can always say is like sometimes I might not be able to do it, but me and him, we might be able to get it done because you might not trust me 100%, but you trust him 80%, you trust me 30%. Hey, that's $120 or $110. That gets your trust. It would have to be some ties like that. You'd have to make some connections is all I'm saying to make it work. Otherwise, it's just not going to be a system work because guys, I feel like they don't trust how Cube moves sometimes business-wise.
Yeah. I said it'll be a tough sell because they're also not a part of FIBA as well.
Right,
so
right.
What I thought would be is the first 4 players who didn't make the Olympic team should be the first 4 players to represent the USA for 3-on-3. But since what you're asking is basically you're asking those guys they would have to play in order to be up in the rankings high enough to play or to represent the Olympics. They would have to play a lot of 3-on-3 tournaments on top of playing an 82-game NBA season. Right. So if I was the NBA, what I would do, I would maybe start a separate like 3-on-3 thing. How you have and maybe have G League players.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Have G League players. You know what I'm saying? And then they have the time.
GND.
We not going. But then those guys, that's also putting more money in their pocket, and they do have the time throughout the year to play in those 3-on-3 tournaments. And then when you look at some of them G League players, Chris Middleton, what came from the G League. You got some ballers, you know what I'm saying, in the G League.
Evan Thompson.
Yeah, a lot of them, bro.
And then not only that, in this last draft, it was a crazy amount, more than the first year threw me because I was like, man, who is these guys from Ignite? And then I thought about
Jalen Green.
Then I was like, but these guys are panning out. You know what I'm saying?
That's true. But they ain't the best of our best, and I love being able to just fuck motherfuckers.
But they're the up and coming guys, and getting these up and guys, these 3-on-3 exposure makes your players more better than what they are, and that's something that I think we need to start doing because
I feel like we should get a world of false insecurity like they really there like that when they not.
Well, you don't. That's why you watch the Olympic team. This is our 3-on-3 team, but our Olympic 5-on-5 is different.
This is still basketball. A motherfucker beat me in the game of horse. I tell you this story all the time. I had to play on 1-on-1 then.
I mean, shit. You know how it is. Well, these guys should put it up, but the guys that we sent over there won it. So that's the long story short. Them niggas don't go for that.
He's supposed to be cold.
Come on, man. I don't listen. I give dude a lot of respect, but I ain't heard like, oh man, for that cold and for like 8 years, bro. So
Yeah, he was in college when you heard that.
that's the last time I heard. And then when he first came, he was like, man, yeah, all right. Then the second year, he was like, man, he decent still. And then after that, he fell off.
Yeah.
It was like some whoop. He just fell off. I don't know. It was a bad product.
He turned
He
follow
was
shooters.
way too.
He was bad product, man. Couldn't get his shit together, man.
He was too small. Wasn't really a point
Yeah.
guard as a shooter. So worked out for him, man.
It didn't work for the
Olympics.
Knicks.
I think Sacramento was drafted.
Or Orlando. Or
Indiana.
That's what I'm saying. It's just I love. Don't get it wrong. I fucking love this game. It just didn't apply well. It just didn't apply well. It didn't apply well. Some other people game applied. His just didn't apply well,
It
man.
didn't translate at all to the NBA.
Hey, it is what it is, man.
Not up shooter.
Yeah,
Yeah,
startup
he can
shooter.
ball.
He can shoot
Some
off.
niggas in ball, they just can't play team ball.
Yeah.
That's all. Let's be for real.
Just a shooter though.
That's it.
Don't put that ball on the floor too much.
Not a defender, not a dribbler, not a passer.
You get one dribble.
All right, yo, damn, leave him alone.
I'm sorry. We let it go.
Y'all treat that nigga like he Rodney King right now.
I mean, shit.
It's like
Shut up,
football
man.
3-on-3.
Man, hey, that's all I'm saying, man. Shit, you had your redemption tour. Hey, you gotta wait another 4 years. You done so. That's it for you.
You never go
Who,
back.
Jerry Jones?
Jimmy for that.
I thought you were talking about Jerry Jones.
None of them niggas.
Anyway,
He
speaking
said
of
he got 3-4 more years of life.
that's what I was talking
He
about.
gonna buy a new body. Teleport his soul to that motherfucker.
Where you got enough money to do it.
I bought the first soul transplanter.
real.
That's how he was saying it. The first soul transplanter. They can take my soul and put it into a 24-year-old man's body.
Jerry found a way.
He's gonna have his pills
Jerry.
like this, take his pills out and pull them.
Oh, shit.
Won't be need knees anymore.
Jerry at the age, he forget to eat the inside, man. He just eat the skin. He peel that motherfucker, throw the inside away and start eating the skin. He at that age. Y'all eat in the middle of the orange, give me the outside. That's what I eat now. We're gonna win Cowboys in 5. I'm like, Jerry, it's not a series. Okay. That nigga just rich. That's all it is. That's all he knows is money. That's all he know.
That's the nigga why you say it. He said I went to high school and college. I don't know why I said it.
He don't know why. He just Jerry just he's just rich, man. That's,
shit.
some motherfuckers you just know is just rich. You like, yeah,
Shout out
that's that.
Jerry Jones.
Shout out,
Shout
man.
out
You
Jerry
rich,
Jones.
man. That big ass TV.
He
in your
is
stadium.
rich, but he can seem like sometimes he don't want to spend some of that money. Should the Cowboys pay Dak $60 million a year, or should they pay Micah or CeeDee Lamb first? Y'all out there, let us know how y'all feel about that too, man. Who you think should get paid? Dak, CeeDee, or Micah? Should Micah and CeeDee get paid
This
first?
is tough. At first, I was saying Dak. And I was like, man, Dak need to get that money. But then I was like, man, what is it that Dak really do? Right? So I was like, damn, the money you paying Dak, you could literally pay CeeDee Lamb and Michael Parsons, right? That's what it is, right?
I don't think together.
Yeah, but you cover a lot of chunk of that.
You cover a lot of chunk of that.
A lot of
right?
that.
You cover a lot of chunk of that.
You know what I'm
so
saying?
so what I'm thinking is like, okay, this is what I'm thinking. Like, damn, worst case scenario, Dak just don't work out. All right, not for them. I'm not saying that Dak isn't a Super Bowl winner. He's just not with the Dallas. Okay,
I don't think so.
but they have no hope right now with Trey Lance because Trey Lance can't read a defense still. He's struggling that. So what I'm saying is, at the end of this year, there's going to be a quarterback that's available that's going to be worth getting. Now, if he sees that Dak ain't really weird, because there's no reason to push. Dak can play this year out. There's no worries. It's the re-sign right now. At this point, I would probably re-sign the weapons before this, because if this doesn't work out, if this season doesn't work out for the Dallas Cowboys, they're going to be in trouble. They're going to be blaming Dak, and they're going to be doing it because they've been in this situation how many times with the same shit and get the same results.
It's not going to work out. Like, what do you define
Right.
working out?
So
Because that's
what
not
I'm
what
saying
happens.
is, at this point, I think Jerry Jones know you have to pay the weapons, because at any time he might go. Now, if you
Exactly.
fuck around and get somebody who's, or just say you get somebody worthy. Say somebody good comes around. You pick him up. Now you got CeeDee Lamb. You got weapons.
That's
You got
what I'm
something to
saying.
build with.
That's what I'm saying.
And I think
You
I just think
you
if
can find somebody to do what the fuck Dak do.
right, because
You can't.
Dak,
What's the backup name? Cooper Rush.
Cooper, yeah, you're right, Cooper Rush, and then it's
I seen dude come in, and I seen that motherfucker play
QB,
okay, and then he already on the roster. I'm talking about, man, look, if y'all suck this year, I like Shador. I don't know how that's possible if you can work that out.
I've been said that.
I'm trying to grab a young quarterback out the draft. I like Shador if I could. But it's the new day and age for these young quarterbacks. We about to see what Penny's about to do out in Washington. We about to see what all these young quarterbacks about to do.
Jaden
These old
Daniels.
dudes- Jaden Daniels.
Yep.
But yeah, we about to see what motherfuckers can do.
Penix
You know what
with,
I'm saying?
Atlanta.
Atlanta, back
Yep.
in Cubs.
It's open for everybody, and I'm just saying, like, if they happen to come in, it's not a good year, and I always feel like Dak's always in a hot seat every year. You know what I'm saying? I always feel like every year he's almost away from this far away from being traded or something for this. I'm just saying, if there is a way to get a more consistent quarterback, and he doesn't play well this year, Cowboys are going to hop on that.
No.
They are going to hop on that.
No.
Let it be a reason.
4,000
Let Kirk Cousins
4,000
fuck up. So, you don't know what might happen. I'm just saying the possibilities for things we have seen and we could see are badly open. I just feel like you want to keep the weapons, because if you were to get a new quarterback and they're half-ass decent, you want to have some weapons. If you have nobody to fucking throw to and nobody to help you on defense, you're not going to be doing shit. So pay the weapons right now. You got to find some consistency somewhere in that offense and defense, and you got to play the parts that matter. And CeeDee Lamb has been a dog for y'all as long as y'all remember. And you kind of fumbled the bag with
that.
what?
4,000 yards, 4,516 yards last year, 36 touchdowns. I believe he finished second or third as MVP.
And flopped on his face first game of the playoffs at $60 million. These are the numbers that count too.
Correct.
We're talking about $60 million and 0 playoff wins last year. So what did all that amount to?
All
the
I'm saying
second
is
season, he
it
did
takes
nothing.
It takes one fuck up season. Who knows if the quarterback of the Bills, Josh Allen, might want to leave? Who knows if another quarterback who is half-ass decent just would want to leave? Who knows if Baker Mayfield just doesn't get picked up or doesn't happen, they let him go? I'm talking about guys who potentially, I know, I'm just saying, potential is always there, and there's other quarterbacks out here who can also play this game. If he's not doing well, interchangeable quarterbacks is what we're saying. You just said that you've seen Cooper Rush, the backup quarter, come back and make these plays and sustain wins. I watched the same games. What I'm saying is a quarterback of the caliber high is good. Now we've also watched Dak come in and blow it up too. We've also seen throw for 5 touchdowns and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
But we've also seen Mitch Trubisky throw for 5 fucking touchdowns in Tampa Bay. All I'm saying is, if you can get the job done, you can. Sometimes he can't get that job done. I just think that he on a hot seat every fucking year.
I don't know. This is what I would say about it, right? If you tell me a team, right, most good teams have a franchise quarterback. You can't tell me a team that has great position players, but they don't have a franchise quarterback.
Niners.
But no, Brock Purdy put up MVP type numbers. Now
he was Mr. Irrelevant in the draft. I'm saying you can draft higher and get a quarterback.
That's all I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Everybody's not Kyle Shanahan. Everybody doesn't have that San Francisco 49ers.
That's
all pros around.
They draft very well.
They growing and developing.
Right. So so you can't sit here and tell me that there's a team that's looking at the Super Bowl that doesn't have a franchise quarterback. It just so happened that the Dallas Cowboys happen to be one of them teams that doesn't have a franchise quarterback. Now, if it was up to me, I absolutely would let Dak walk. I look at somebody, or I will be on the phone with Atlanta. If Michael Penix is looking good and he's looking like the guy, give me Kirk Cousins. Because what I've seen, because what I've seen is Dak already got the bag. You got the bag thinking that you were going to take us to the next level. Mm-hmm. So what we're giving you now is what you've shown us. You're phenomenal in the regular season, but when it comes to the playoffs, you're Joel Embiid. You're a completely different guy. So I think, and you're older now. So you've kind of showed us
Injury prone.
what you are. Your whole offense is CD Lamb. You can't name another All Pro or even close to Pro Bowl receiver in that wide receiver room. A lot of people don't even know the tight end. They have a really good tight end.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So and then you talk about Micah. Micah has 12 sacks first 3 seasons. Only other player to do that is Lawrence Taylor. Now with Micah, you can say, yeah, you ball out the first half of the season, but the last 6 games you had 1 sack.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So hey,
Nothing in the
we all need to work together.
Mm-hmm.
CD, you nice, but hey, if ain't nobody back there throwing the ball to
I'm
you,
about to say his,
you know what I'm
his
saying?
position is dependent upon another.
Tom
motherfucker.
Brady gave y'all motherfuckers the
His
blueprint
best
to
year,
this
he
shit.
had another receiver better than him.
No, he gave you the
CD
blueprint
Lamb.
of taking less money.
Mm-hmm. Tim Duncan.
Take Tim Duncan, you take less money to build. The money gonna come.
Mm-hmm.
If you play for 20, if you play in the NFL for 14 years, you're gonna eventually get that 200-300.
That's a fact.
Instead of being
negotiation.
selfish.
I don't know if it's a fact no more because we watch some other niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I've watched some other quarterbacks get paid faster. Some other quarterbacks that are way better than them. You know, Lamar Jackson. This nigga had to struggle for it to get his contract and shit. When I'm watching other quarterbacks do less and get paid more.
Yeah,
Joe
but
Burrow,
that was
Justin
that
Herbert.
was
I'm just saying.
different.
No, I'm just saying.
No, I got that was wild. Chill. But yeah, I don't know, man. But yeah, I think we all agree. Y'all let us know how y'all feel. I think we all agree. Yeah, you can't. I wouldn't pay Dak. I would pay Mike and CD first. See how Dak play. You know what I'm saying this season. Personally, Jerry Jones should have been paid Dak, and you wouldn't.
That's
you
the
wouldn't have
problem.
this problem.
That's
and
the
he
problem.
does
He
this
keeps
every
doing
time. He did
this
the
shit.
same thing with Zeke. Then you have to overpay. If you would have been, what I love with not to cut you off. What I love what Ryan Poles did. He paid DJ Moore early. Because in 4 years, when you look at what DJ Moore has done for us,
Right.
that's going to look like a steal
On the real.
compared to what these other wide receivers are getting.
Right.
So you have to get ahead of motherfuckers. Yeah, okay, he might be the highest paid for what, another 2 weeks until another quarterback is the highest paid? So I think Jerry, man, bro, you done a great job, bro. Go to your mansion and do you. Let somebody else take over, bro. Straight up.
I think the biggest thing about Dallas sometimes is, I've always said this about Dallas. Dallas is always persistent about buying talent and not like.
No, they draft fucking well.
They draft.
They
They
draft,
draft.
but they don't develop
They
nobody
just don't
because they don't trust
develop
the
them a
coaches.
lot because they always end up.
The
trading
coach is
them.
always a yes man. That's
Thank
why they
you.
ain't developing nobody because even if you're getting developed to do some
I
shit,
still
you worry
look-
about the owner more than the coach.
I still look at other situations they had, the arguments with Zeke, and just to let him go, just to bring him back, just to be looking at other running backs still right now, which they're currently doing. You know what I'm saying? They're still looking for weapons and stuff. It's kind of hard to just always buy this instead of just drafting, is what I'm saying. They draft very well. They just don't give guys sometimes enough development time to play there before they send them off, or they don't sign them, or they let them get walk-offs and shit and go to other teams. They do this a lot. They don't. I'm not saying they don't draft well. They just let some good guys always fucking walk,
coaching
and then
is
they're
definitely
always
a problem
riddled by
for them.
fucking injuries. They don't keep enough depth. If we already know anything about Dallas, they're always riddled with injury. Their tight ends prefer that. Their linebacker, Vander Esch, you know what I'm saying? They always taking L's because he
They
get
never
hurt.
adjust the shit.
I-
Either what they do work against the
They
team
pay
or
their
it don't.
players. They take too
They
long
pay
to
certain
pay.
players. They pay
They-
certain players. They pay certain players.
They-
Let's be honest.
Who they like though?
Amari Cooper. You should never let him go when he's leading, when he's your best fucking weapon. No, you should never let him go.
But they have really liked that other wide receiver.
Then
I
they
can't remember his name.
Then-
It was 2 of them.
They're always,
It was
let's be honest,
G,
they're
yeah.
always going through a running back shuffle. Let's be honest, the last consistent running back they had for them was Zeke, but they're always going through a running back shuffle. Let's be honest, Barber, everybody else, I can go down the list. They're always going through a running back. They have no consistent running back. The tight end, they can't find, they got consistency on it, but they just don't use them as a weapon enough, and then they're lapping weapons
That's
their
coaching.
receiving core.
Yeah, it's more
It's
coaching.
coaching. They need a coach.
Yeah.
They need weapons for the style of coaching is what I'm
I
saying.
see Tom
He
Brady win
runs
Super Bowls with no weapons.
But this is a different type of guy and a different type of coach. We're talking about a guy who runs a run and gun, but you're not giving him no run and gun niggas. That's all I'm saying. You got a guy who wants to go deep threats, but you're not giving him a lot of deep threats. You're not giving a bunch of shitty fast guys. You're giving him mediocre guys who do one of things. He might be 6'3", he can run but catch side, but he can't break no tackles. You gotta give him some speed.
Y'all see what we doing? All this conversation about that.
They just not, but they not.
That's an automatic no to that question.
Yeah,
If
it gotta be.
You gotta do all this conversation to justify $60 million. It's obviously a no. We talking about every other position on the field. I'm talking about coaches, Jerry Jones and shit. And
Yeah, that's enough.
it's like on some real shit. Like we gotta do all this conversation.
Yeah, I say that's a no for me. That's a no.
At this
All this
point,
conversation.
at this point, Dak might be getting traded mid-season. Fuck.
Oh wow.
If
I
you don't
mean,
do well, if you
or
don't
let
do
him
well,
walk.
Yeah, or let them walk.
if you don't do
I
well,
would like to get some.
send that nigga to the Vikings.
Talking about mid-season, I don't know. Did y'all out there know the NFL Top 100 list was done after week 11? Does that change y'all perspective on how y'all look at that list now?
Hell yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Because guys do things in week 11, but guys really do shit in the postseason. That's when you
And
see.
what about early, like Michael Parsons? We were just talking about lighting it up early. Then later on in the season, you fizzling out.
Macman. We talk about him.
Yeah.
Lighting it up early. I just say, like, listen, I've watched guys have mediocre seasons, but have blowout, elite performances in the playoffs and postseason. Elite.
Yeah.
Nick Foles. Shout out to him for his retirement. He just retired too. Elite.
Had Mahomes in them.
I'm
They
just
were
saying.
real regular last year. Somehow got to the playoffs and turned up.
The Giants, when they had Strahan and shit, when they had a shitty record, I think they started out 0-4, 0-5, and then won like all the games on their back end. Then had to go,
Wild card.
then won all, barely won on the, got into the wild card. Then won everything on the All Awaken. It was crazy. They just literally won like 13 games in a row, and nobody just sitting here.
Yeah.
It was crazy. I'm not 13. It was pretty much like, I think it was like 8. It was like 8 games in a row. But that's crazy. That's crazy. So for it to just do it like that, I feel like that's a little biased. You're going off a lot of guys who might have peaked early and stuff like that, and just weren't consistent. And to me, these should be based on consistency as well. And I feel like I always say postseason should have a lot to say in it, because a lot of people, like we say, doubted Brock Purdy, but when he turned up was in the postseason when they needed him the most. He might have not looked good or stellar during regular season, but we came up in that postseason, nobody thought he was going to do what he did. He shocked a lot of motherfuckers, and he doesn't sometimes get that recognition on top of that, but I don't think that's fair to judge it after that week 11 though.
I think I would absolutely agree. Absolutely, it makes sense to me why Patrick Mahomes would be ranked 4th behind Lamar Jackson. People forget, if not for an injury around this time, Tyreek Hill was looking at 2,000 receiving yards, a possible MVP award after week 11. Lamar wasn't putting up MVP numbers, but he was definitely having an MVP impact on every game he played in. Mahomes in that offense looked pedestrian for most of the season, and Kelsey didn't hit his stride until the playoffs came around. I think the best way is to have players vote after the Super Bowl. That way you can truly gauge how a player season really turned out.
Just the whole season. I don't know why we exclude the most important part.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's obviously the most important because, okay, it's less players playing, so you can evaluate less guys per week. But at the same point in time,
I
guys
would be
turning
Super
up.
Bowl champions if that was the case.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Our whole damn team should be like way higher on the list or something. Then we just doing it up to week 11. So now, man, I feel like the playoffs are built for clutch. You know what I'm saying? Clutch and go behavior. You know what I'm saying? And that should actually be calculated a little bit more if we doing that. You know what I'm saying? Than the first 11 weeks. So yeah, it's a shady list.
Chill. Chill. My fault, y'all. The NBA 2K25 dropped. There are the top player ratings of any. The top player ratings were recently dropped. Are there any players that you had an issue with in their ratings?
Let me see. Let me see. I think it's kind of crazy to have Shy at 97. I feel like he had more of a 95, 94 type season, even though they did go in there. I feel like that was based a little bit off some of their playoffs performance. I'm not terribly disgusted with that. I just felt like it was a high to put him at 97. Giannis as well, 97. They didn't really just have good years. I mean, it just wasn't a good solid year. I feel like it was a 96 for both of them. I can see why they gave it to him, but that'd be my only like nitpick. But then you got Anthony Edwards at a 95, and I feel like he had more of a 96 more year. I feel like he. There's my own thing, but I think my biggest thing right here is I think having Ja at 93, and that motherfucker was injured all goddamn season. I feel like even with Ja's talent, that's still punishable to be at 90. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how we have Tyrese Halliburton at a 91. He played the whole fucking year, looked amazing, went to the playoffs. Okay, we got Kawhi Leonard. He played sparingly games, most games he's played in a while, I guess.
Right.
Got demolished. And then we got Ja Morant above all the motherfuckers at 93. And all these guys were in the playoffs. So I think we just fumbled maybe on that. But we also got Jaylen Brown at a 93, which is, I think that's my biggest thing. The other guys I've mentioned between Shai Gilgeous and Giannis, these niggas didn't even make it as far as Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown was Eastern Conference Finals player. Then he was the champion MVP of the finals. How is this man steady getting slighted for his accomplishments? But you sit here and you put Tatum. Hold on. Let me look where Tatum at.
I'm about to say Tatum should be high on the list because they played Jalen like a second fiddle.
I don't even see Tatum.
But then again, I'm not sure. You know what I'm saying?
I don't see Tatum on here at all. But I don't know, man. I think my biggest thing is Jaylen Brown at 93. I think that'd be the one that caught me the most and shit. And you got LeBron and KD at 96 and all these guys, Devin Booker and shit. All these niggas that just didn't do well in the playoffs or anytime shit like that. You got them so much higher. You got Jaylen Brown rated the same as Jimmy Butler. And John Morant. I just don't know about that. Yeah. I respect these niggas, don't get it wrong, but these numbers is off for a nigga like me, man. That just throws me off.
You know what? Because I think about that shit like a lot, right? I really do. I think about this shit a lot. And then another thought just crept into my mind. If you're making this game, if you do it fairly, it'd be some teams you wouldn't even want to play with because the guys, you know, the numbers ain't good like that. It's not fun to play with. Motherfuckers want to come down and dunk on people, hit shots and shit. You know what I'm saying? If your rating is real low,
those ratings are subduing for shitty ass teams.
They
gotta have so basically, is what I'm saying is when you go and pick up the Milwaukee Bucks, Giannis is gonna have a great rating. Lillard's gonna have a mid rating. Everybody else is gonna be trash. They're gonna be the high 80s, low mid 80s. That's all that is. It's legitimate shitty teams. All right. When other teams can't make, I just hate the gameplay. I don't know. They're not gonna let you respond right to what the gameplay is as far as like how the defense matters and stuff like that. Everything is gonna be centered on the offense. So if that guy has a high rating, that means the team's offensive rating goes up a little bit more, and that's how they kind of, you know, spin it out a little bit. But it's just crazy that a nigga like Jaylen Brown gets reduced to a 93 like a John Morant, and John Morant didn't play at all, and Jaylen Brown was the Eastern Conference Finals champ, and then, like I said, the Finals MVP champ.
If you look at it too, I just feel like looking at this again, it like support my argument where it's like for playability. If you look at all these guys, it's somebody from different teams all the time on here, so like it just makes the game fun to play because no matter what team you get, it's gonna be somebody in the 90s. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be able to show out with them a little bit, as opposed to going to your team and your team is complete trash.
So what's
You know
that
what I'm
put
saying?
Tatum at a 89 then? If he's not on the list, he must be an
He's
8.
on the list. That was at 96.
96. Okay, so
He's an 8.
so
that
how the
was,
fuck?
That was like a funny.
So how the
Right,
fuck
that was
is
my bad.
Tatum above Brown? I don't get this. Brown is the best player.
The official list has Tatum at 8.
Yeah,
Jalen
he
Brown
gotta
is
be-
16
16th.
at 93.
Man, all right, I'm through. I'm done with that.
He's right.
I feel like
it's him, Jimmy Butler, and John Morant, all 93s.
and I don't know how John Morant make it. He don't play all season. Like I said, 93 is a little high for a John Morant, but I understand how bad the Grizzlies are. Okay,
Yeah, they gonna want y'all.
but 90 would have been a comfortable, but they
John
have
was
Yeah.
cold.
Yeah.
The 4
But
games he
no,
played,
90.
5, 6,
90 would have been even for me. 90. I respect you again. 90 is a fair game. 90, and you didn't play. You only played what 10 games?
Well, they going off your ability, or not just potential, but like your real ability.
And
Not,
see,
not
that's
what
where-
happened. Not what happened while you were injured. You know what I'm saying? Like
get
if you're
it.
gonna be able to play and you gonna
They just know how bad the Grizzlies are without him, so they have to bump his rating up to make that offense look better.
It's
a number game at the end of the day, let's be honest.
When
I
he
feel
played,
like
they
I
were
agree
much
with that.
better team.
Right, it's
They
a
were
number
like
game.
3-0
Is what I'm
when
saying.
he
That's
played.
all. When you come to like stats like Madden and 2K and stuff, it's all a number game, and I feel like some of them numbers do get exaggerated. But when we look at a team's offense, when they say the Grizzlies have a 91 offense and then they have an 88 defense, if Ja's number comes down to a 90, now they have an 89 offense and an 88. That's why they do that. Now that's what I'm saying. That it makes that number jump up. Because they don't have anybody else in the 90s. It's somebody in the low 80s for all the rest of them, let's be honest.
No, Jaren Jackson.
What?
Jaren Jackson is 87.
Like I said, man. Like I said. I respect it, but, you know, that's a build that
You
you...
got Bane.
Oh, yeah. His excel is around like certain
85.
areas, right?
Yeah,
Like I was saying, that supports what I was saying. They're on like the mid 80s.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I don't think I really had an issue, man, with this list for the most part. Honestly, man. I think everybody's pretty ranked where they probably should be. I think Jalen Green should probably be definitely a little higher, but then you start to talk about who do you bump him out for. I mean, if you say, you could maybe say,
You don't have to bump him out. You just raise his rating.
right, but if you raise his rating,
Nobody gets bumped out. It's just what they rank
he's
you at.
16th right now at 93. You got Donovan Mitchell above him. Is Donovan Mitchell better than him?
No, but you also got motherfucking
Better
KD
than
ranked
Jalen.
higher than all these people, and this guy
KD
was
at
out here getting
96.
swept in the playoffs. Like,
Yeah, but that wasn't KD fault. KD balled last year.
Yeah, that's
hell
it.
yeah.
KD balled last year.
Like I said,
trash.
man, team KD,
He's
Wemby,
playing.
all these niggas have all these breakout years where they do amazing, but the team sucks. That's what it is. They have no
He's a
chemistry.
rookie, and nobody-
No, I get it. I'm just
nobody
saying.
expects that Spurs team to-
There's always going to be standouts on these teams. If the team sucks, of course these guys are going to lose. That's what it's supposed to. That's what happened when Iguodala when he was with the 76ers. He had nobody fucking there. He was a standout. He was dropping 40 a night because he had nobody else to pass to. Literally nobody. Took them niggas to the playoffs. Got their ass dusted quickly. I'm just saying, it just happens.
That's different.
No, it's not. He's gonna have that same thing. He gonna be out there having all these 40-point games. He's going triple doubles, quadruple doubles. But the team gonna be sorry. They not gonna have over 30 wins. Let's be honest. They might have 25 wins, 25, 28. That's what the Spurs are gonna have.
No, I wasn't denying any of that. What I was saying was different. Wemby is a number one wherever he goes.
Yeah.
Iguodala is a number one on a bad team. You put Wemby anywhere.
I don't know.
That's what I mean by that.
I don't know. Prime Iggy and old Iggy's two different niggas.
Prime Iggy is number 3 on the
Prime,
championship.
nah, shit. I
They
don't
gave
know.
him all them shots. He missed them
Yeah,
all.
yeah.
He missed them all.
And I like Iggy, bro. He's from Springfield.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah. I thought it was from Peoria.
I like Springfield.
Man, that was getting double.
I used to go to the whatchamacallit NBA. They got a whatchamacallit State Fair. But yeah, I don't know. I guess my issue honestly was on Embiid being tied with Jokic in '98. I think I have an issue with Embiid finishing the way he started the season. I mean, he started all time great. Then he finished. I think finished like he always had, poorly. I think off injury alone, I think that should have dropped him to '96 or '95.
I feel like they dropped Joker
Joker
shit down to the playoffs.
That's just Ja Morant argument.
No, a 93. I think Ja, not injured Ja.
Okay.
He's a 95, 96.
Yeah, facts. Easily.
So I don't have an issue with a 93. That's what I'm saying. When he did play, they went like 3-0, and they was. No, I'm not gonna say we're not gonna do that on here, but they was not playing well. They were not winning games. You put Ja Morant on that team, that's a completely different team. I think the best way, if y'all young niggas out there, go look at Allen Iverson, go look at that Sixers team with him on it and with him not on it. That's completely analogous to what that Memphis Grizzly team is with Ja Morant. But yeah, I don't know, man. I think that was really the only issue I had, man. I'm looking forward to 2K. Should be a lot of fun, man. For the most part, man. Best 2K, I still think it's 2K11, though, in my opinion. When they brought Mike back.
I think 2K17.
Who's on 17?
I forget, but the gameplay was amazing.
I like 11, man. That was dope. I'll never
11
forget
was
my
fun,
cousin.
though.
That nigga Tears called me. He say, "Low, I just scored 110 with Mike." I say, "Damn." Nigga, I had 4 vacation days a year. 2 of them bitches I used to take when 2K came out.
Oh, wow. Mm-hmm.
And then Q ass, this nigga started doing it. "I'm taking off with you, bro."
Look at that ass.
Oh shit, what you doing? "Just got the game, bro." Alright,
Said just got the game.
for real. First segment of the day, man. That's our sports entertainment news. Prime versus Prime, man. One of my favorite things to do here. If y'all first time checking us out, Prime versus Prime, we typically try to take players from new school and old school, and we compare, and we kind of compare who was the better player, you know what I'm saying, at their prime. This week we got a good one. 2, I wouldn't necessarily call them legends, but they were definitely staples in the Chicago defense when they did play. Julius Peppers, one of my favorite players of all time. Used to watch him play in basketball with the Tar Heels. Didn't even know he was a football player until it was football time. And they was like, "No, he might be number 1 draft." I'm like, what? This nigga be dunking, he a lefty. But anyway, Julius Peppers versus Khalil Mack, also another one of my favorite players of all time. So y'all let us out there know, who do you think was the best pass rusher in their prime? Julius Peppers versus Khalil Mack. You want to go?
I gotta go with Julius Peppers, man. I just feel like he was better for longer.
Okay.
I like them both and shit, but I seen Julius Peppers in a lot of different uniforms. He was killing with Carolina for a long ass time before he came to our division. Played with us in the Packers. I mean, I feel like Khalil Mack kind of fizzled out a little bit. But I mean, he still got some more football to play, so shit.
Khalil Mack, 101 sacks all time. 17 sacks last year, which was a career high.
Okay.
Julius Peppers, 159 and a half sacks all time. Recently just got his gold jacket with Mongo, so that was dope. Yeah, we talking Chicago over here. All day, 100 miles an hour.
Snap.
Thinking about it, he was on the field a lot on defense last year with San Diego, the Chargers, weak ass.
Yeah.
Them motherfuckers stayed playing defense, so I guess he had a lot of opportunities.
And then he had like 5 in one game, didn't he? Something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Thing about Dog is Dog had like a bunch in one game. Like he's a big burst like that shit. Then he won't have one for like another game.
Mm-hmm.
And then like you won't see another one for another 3 games. But he's already up 8.
Yeah.
Then I had 3 of that. Now he's at 11. Like he's one of those guys when he knows. See, the thing about Khalil Mack is he knows who he can take advantage of. He has these big games, and when he does, he has these moments. But the thing about Peppers wear you down. We're talking about 2 different sides of a guy right here. You know what I'm saying? Mac's a little bit smaller. He can get underneath, still strong. But Peppers is a big 6'4", 6'5", 280, 276 pounds. Like, dog, put weight on you. When it comes to like pressuring that ball, Peppers just knew what it is. I like Mac because Mac can also drop back in coverage, but I always feel that Peppers had the longer arms. So when it come to like stopping passes, he knew how to get his hands up and stop actual passes, even though he was getting blocked out of position. He'd get his hands up.
Jesus
So when it comes to
Christ.
pass rushing, I think I'd have to go with Peppers a little bit because of his disruptiveness. You know what I'm saying? And how he gets there, because it usually takes. But Khalil Mack was a little faster about it. Peppers took a little bit, but he was like a locomotive. Once he got locked in, you're not stopping, dog. But Mac was a little faster. Like I said, I think Mac defensive schemes kind of took away from some of his more talented days. We'll say that. You know, I feel like the Raiders misused some of his talents. I feel like the Bears misused some of his talents. We got him dropping back in coverage a lot instead of rushing the ball. You know, stuff like that. I feel like he could have did more, but then injury struck. And then he's been so-so since then. And then, you know, like the same thing with the Bears he did with the Chargers, you know, flashed out for a couple, you know, within the 8 games, had all these, but then fizzled out late in the season once again. But I don't really see that with Peppers, because Peppers is a dude who will have a mediocre season, but then he'll show up in the playoffs. That's Peppers. This might be
Actually, I went with I was gonna go with Julius Peppers. I really thought about this, but for me, for one, Peppers, he was consistent. For one,
That's why
he had multiple years with double-digit sacks, and I didn't realize his second to last year in the league, he had 11 sacks.
with the Packers.
No, Carolina. With his second, exactly.
Oh,
with his second stint with Carolina, and a lot of people forget about. I totally forgot about.
Yeah, I forgot about that shit.
Yeah, but that was after Green Bay. He left Green Bay and had
Because he retired.
He had 11 sacks that following year after leaving Green Bay. So I was going to go Julius Peppers, but I think when I looked at in the totality, Mac right now is 33. Will he catch Peppers with the sacks? Maybe not. But is it crazy to think that he can get to maybe 120, 130, and this is prime. In that prime, I think in their prime, I would have to take Khalil Mack, and the reason why I would say that is that, for one, Khalil Mack, only other player to do it is J.J. Watt. He was a pro. He was an All-Pro at 2 different positions in one season.
Yeah,
he was an All-Pro lineman and also All-Pro linebacker. That's something, even though Peppers did play some linebacker in Green Bay, Mac did both at such a high level. That versatility for me kind of sets it apart.
Who said was the other person did it?
J.J. Watt.
That's what I thought.
But even J.J. Watt, he still didn't do it like Mac did first team. J.J. Watt did first team, second team. Mac was first team.
I was gonna say a little bit of Clay, because Clay was going a lot out there, but Clay fizzled out. He didn't do well.
Yeah, he started out hot and then he started injured.
That's the only person I was gonna say.
But no, that's actually a great point. Yeah, when Clay was Clay, like, and I couldn't stand Green Bay.
But he was a dog.
They was at one point, people forget they was comparing him to Lawrence Taylor at one point.
Yeah,
which is crazy to think about now. But I think for me, just that versatility, of fact that you could put Mac on the line, or you could put him at any spot on linebacker, and he was still able to get to the quarterback, I think for me just kind of separates a little bit from Julius Peppers, who, don't get me wrong, I didn't realize how fucking big Peppers was.
Yeah, he's huge.
6'7". It's not the 6'7", I knew that, but it's the 295.
Yeah, that's what
I might. So he's probably closer to 320.
Sizable guy getting
315.
You know what I'm saying? When you really think about it. Yeah, it's sizable guy getting to.
No, and I would say absolutely not. Julius Peppers is absolutely faster than Khalil Mack. They had Julius Peppers running with the wide receivers because there was no competition for him running with the defensive players.
But I will tell you this though, the way that Matt attacks that ball when it's in the quarterback hands, I've always liked his game and how he does it. He doesn't tackle the quarterback, he plays the quarterback's hands. I don't know if you always see that. That's why Mac always, when a quarterback brings it, he's always squatting down. He's like, he doesn't get a lot of penalties, put it like that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why he doesn't, because he attacks the hands and then goes for him. Like, the technique that he has is similar to like an Aaron Donald technique. You know, Aaron Donald was a huge successor, but low penalties. Low penalties. They know how to play the ball. If the ball's low, high, they play those hands. They tuck it back, they're going for the ball. Then they go for the body. Smart ball.
Yeah, big time, man. Can't go wrong with either one of those, man. So 2 for Pep, 1 for Mac. Can't go wrong, man. Both of them, big time. Love both of them in Chicago, man. Great sack artists. Khalil Mack, kind of on the borderline right now. I think he got 2-3 more really good seasons. Should make the Hall of Fame right now, kind of borderline, but hey, we'll see. I say he need like two, at least two really good.
You gotta get a 10 to 12 piece this year at least.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
With the people he got over there,
he's older too.
Joey
He's
Bosa?
33.
Come on.
10 questions this week, man. Moving right along, man. We're gonna blow through these real quick. Pause. The 10 best players. The 10 best players in the upcoming season in 2K. Excuse me. 10 best players in the upcoming season, 1 through 10 basketball. This doesn't mean the 10 best players in the league, but the 10 best players based on the season they will have next year in the NBA. At number 10 for me, I think this guy's gonna have a huge season, man. Breakout year. Zion Williamson. At number 10, he will be a top 10. He will be a top 10 NBA player next year. He will arrive. Please don't be on the cover of NBA 2K. Please, I don't care how much gumbo they offer you.
All the gumbo you can want.
No, do not be on the cover of 2K.
I took this for all gumbo session. 30 hours total.
Don't be on the cover
I'm
after
going
your
Zion
best
too, man. Since it's one of my picks, it wasn't even the right
slight.
word, but
Hey, gotta love. I'm a big Zion fan, man. Who you got hitting on number 10?
Number 10, Kobe White, man. Kobe White is finally going to have a breakout season because he's finally
Had one
here.
last year.
I mean, I don't think
he should have won, in my opinion. I think comeback
Most
player.
agree.
Most improved. I think he should.
I don't think it's going to decline. Seeing his work ethic and how he responds to the team and to the coaching staff, I think he's going to continue to be this guy, and we're going to expect this. And I think he's going to be in that.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say he can be in that running again, but
Him and Zach could be fun in the backcourt together.
But it's not going to be him and Zach. It's going to be him and Giddey, really, because him and Giddey are going to be running.
Giddey gonna play the 3.
Maybe, but that's where we just
Because he
paid.
can't shoot.
Okay, but that's where we have a problem with motherfucking Pat. But I think we're gonna have Kobe. I think he's gonna be really show out this year. I think that 3 ball gets better. He's just showing improvement every year, and he's really been a standout.
hey, man, I'm a big fan of Kobe.
Kobe, no, I like that kid.
Big fan of
I
Kobe.
like that big fucking Kobe.
Number 9 for me, SGA. I think he takes a slight step back only because Chet Holmgren and Jalen Williams, those two are going to grow. So I think SGA takes a slight step back. Number 9, not bad though.
I got DeMar DeRozan, man, out of Sacramento.
That's going to be hard.
You ever said he gonna get his?
That's going to be hard. That's
He
what they
make that
need.
team for real a little bit more legit. I mean,
He their closer.
I was about to say.
Playoff time?
I was about to say, what's the name was kind of their closer
Mhm.
before, because both of them was ranked high as hell in clutch points.
But he can't shoot like that. He can't shoot.
Exactly. When it's set offense, how dog can run up the floor and get a bucket.
Yep.
When that set offense happen, you gonna get the ball to DeMar.
Yep.
So yeah, it's gonna look good over there. It seems like.
Yeah, and he from Cali
Yeah,
kid
from
too.
Cali.
Compton, I believe.
Yeah, Compton.
Hendo, who you got?
They
Number
like the
9.
color blue a lot for some reason.
Klay
Yeah.
Thompson.
Mm.
I think Klay Thompson finally gets a lot of pressure relieved off him. I think because with Fox over there and a couple other weapons that they have going, I think he kind of finds a similar vibe with Golden State, but a little more quicker pace, and I feel like he'll adapt a little better. I don't know if
Somebody Klay Thompson with
Yeah.
Dallas, right?
Dallas.
Oh, my bad, Dallas. Yeah, my bad. I think
I like that
I
pick,
still think
though.
that pressure gets pulled off him. I think he gets more consistent looks that he's comfortable with because with Luka and Kyrie doing what they do, that leaves him. And I'm not saying that Curry couldn't do that, But having Curry and then a more dominant like Draymond was something similar to what you were seeing in the playoff runs that you were getting. So imagine having like Luka, who was really ball dominant, can handle, and then having Kyrie, who's a little bit better handles than Curry, but not a better shooter. And that's all they need you to do is really shoot. I think that works for him. Plus, you got 2 rebounders under there you can really commit to and don't have to worry about things. I think that really turns them up. I think he'll have a really good season with them compared to his last 2 seasons.
Yeah, Golden State was more stationary, like around the perimeter, trying to look for them.
He was old.
And motherfucking Kyrie and Luka, they attract double teams. You know what I'm saying? So somebody gonna be open. It better not be Clay.
At number 8 for me, actually I swapped these. I'm gonna put KD at number 8.
I'm gonna go ahead and say that too then. Is
KD.
he on my list? I was really no particular
KD,
order.
number
No.
8. Okay.
Yeah.
Who you got at number 8?
LaMelo Ball. We always sleep on LaMelo because of the weapons.
Your list is
and
better than
Aiden.
my list right now.
But
Yeah.
LaMelo's
Your
a
list
great
is
player,
better than my
and
list.
when LaMelo gets going, we've seen
LaMelo
LaMelo go when he
Golden State,
goes.
Good picks.
We've seen LaMelo what he can do, and you
Yeah.
give him more weapons.
I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of LaMelo.
He's injured. It's not necessarily.
Right? No. But we seen what a healthy LaMelo can do at his healthiest. So you getting better, even with the injuries, working on your shot, working on your game a little better. I think you bounce back. I think you bounce back a little bit. You have a great season.
That's how. I hope so, man. I like Melo. At number 7 for me, I think talk about having a bounce back season. I think Giannis
Okay.
bounces back.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
people forget how good Giannis is. I mean, me personally, I think he's top 3 player in the league.
I don't think we forget. I just think that we just watch him struggling with a team, because I don't think like I said last session.
Well,
Yeah,
I always think he does well.
Right. So
I just don't think the team.
Season,
I don't think the team
He did
complements
good
it.
last year.
Right.
No, what I mean by breakout season, I mean them winning. You can,
Oh,
you
okay.
can play well.
Okay.
You can play well, and your team not winning.
I
What I
did.
mean about breakout season, he's still gonna be Giannis, but I think he'll be doing it in a winning fashion. If that makes sense.
That makes sense.
They do. That's why I picked Dame.
Okay.
Straight
Okay.
up, same team.
Yeah.
But I feel like
Another year under his belt. Yeah.
there's some dudes on my list that's like not the main guy, but like the second fiddle. I think what I'm saying, they're gonna affect winning and they're gonna be more comfortable when they roll this shit. And Dame one of them.
Okay. Who you got? Hendo, number 7. 7th best player in the league next year.
Who I think is gonna say? I think I can't really say him because that has to reflect on Tyrese Maxey. Tyrese Maxey. I think the format with him and Paul George over there, I think that's going to make for him to still do what he can do, but open him a little bit. The reason I felt like that because I felt like Tyrese Maxey and I felt like Embiid were having a great season. They just need somebody to take a little pressure off him. But Paul George, if he beats around this defender, you got to go, oh, if you help and you leave Maxey open, this is the guy who can have a 40 to 50 point game. We've seen him do it. You know what I'm saying?
I see him step up in the clutch too in the playoff.
So I see him doing that a little bit more just with help from Paul George. Yeah, I feel like he's going to have a really good assist year. You know what I'm saying? We know he can score. He's going to score them big buckets, some late game ones that you need in clutch moments. But he's also going to find Paul George a little bit more. It's going to put a little pressure off him.
Yeah, I like that pick. I like that pick because Maxey was already.
He's a good to great player.
I think
an all-star last year. I feel like he can get even better.
He can get better.
I think he will get better.
It's different from having a James Harden on your team who requires so much ball and so much time off it where you can get to a Paul George.
Looking at you.
And Paul George can create a little bit faster. He can get you and get right to a shot if he needs to, or get around you and go into the hoop. That's an assist.
No, none of that shit matters as long as Embiid is not healthy.
None of these guys are great passers.
But even with
with that coach, I
Embiid
trust
in and
the
out the
coach.
rotation and battling help missing games, Maxey was still having a good to great season.
Yeah.
That's part of the reason why he
He's an
made the
all-star.
All-Star.
Yeah, he's an all-star.
Part of the reason why.
I hope so. I like to get him. I think it's a little high. We'll see though. Number 6 for me, Steph Curry.
Steph?
Yeah, I think Steph showed today exactly who he is. I think next year even though if Golden State might not have a phenomenal season, he had a great season last year, and I don't see him slowing down at all. He's still in great shape. It's not like he's incredibly like
out of shape or
no,
that.
his skill set
He's still partial
his skill
prime.
set isn't necessarily predicated on athleticism. So I think he's one of those guys that's going to be able to score and score for a long time. Even think about Steph, just a spot up shoot.
Yeah.
Late in his career.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, he's going to put up a lot of points. He's still got a lot left in the tank. So I think next year he'll be the number 6 best player in the league next year. What you got?
I'm going Bridges, man. The move from Brooklyn to New York, man. Like,
Really?
teaming back up with the those dudes. And honestly, man, like, okay, he was on Phoenix, so he had the most exposure out of all of them. But to me, it always seemed like he was the best player out of all of those Villanova boys. Brunson came on like a motherfucker these past couple years, but like Bridges, man, he was always noted. He was in the running for Defensive Player of the Year.
Right.
He was like a lot of them games during that playoff run when they got to the finals. He was the best player on the team. You know, no offense to Chris Paul, but he was aging. Devin Booker is streaky, and Aiden just never showed up. But like, yeah, man, I'm going with Fam because
show up in
I'm
certain
knowing they're
games.
gonna get tough. And he fit right in with New York. The same New York Tom Thibodeau, hard-nosed style of ball is the same way they played at Villanova. That's gonna work out.
And who you got?
Number 5.
For the 6.
Number 6, Anthony Edwards.
I like that.
I feel like this guy gets better every year on both sides of the ball. We watch him struggle a little bit on offense, you know what I'm saying, coming there, but that's coming along a little bit. But his defense is still immaculate. This guy's just getting better coming down the line. And having all this Olympic exposure and all that where you can go for, it just helps him get better. You know, he's dunking on KDs and shit like that.
He might be our best player in 4 years.
Yeah.
You took my number 5 pick. I'm going Ant-Man with you.
Ant-Man,
Straight
number
up. Ant-Man,
And,
dog.
And number 5 for me, actually, I went with LeBron James. I think LeBron James will still be a top 5 player in the league next year. Even though it looking like a silverback out there with all the gray, you ain't stopping that dude, man. He'll stop him. He'll quit on his time. So I got LeBron at number 5. Who you got him though, number 5?
At number 5, I think I might put SGA, man. SGA is just unstoppable when he gets into his thing. As long as they can,
Kind of like every night,
right? And as long as they can give him a supporting staff, you know, and they really kind of did with Caruso and Dort and all those guys.
they
like,
are loaded, dog.
it really kind of helps out. And like I said, I like Chet's game when he gets going, but everybody knows that's SGA. That's SGA's team, just his leadership and what he do. So I'd rather put SGA there. I think he's still gonna be the top dog.
I still put him in the top 10. I just think with how much time they got around him, I think the other guys are going to get that much better. To where he's not necessarily going to get worse. It's just they're just getting that much better. Where he might not give you 30 a night, he might give you 27. You know what I'm saying? So, but number 4 for me, I think this guy gonna have a huge year. John Morant, man. Put some respect on Ja's name, man. I think Zion and Ja are gonna start to really show people why they were selected 1 and 2. I think Ja coming off an injury, you haven't heard. One thing I love about him, you ain't heard shit about Ja Morant also. You ain't seen him at the Olympics or that. You ain't heard a fucking thing about him, which tells me hopefully he's in the lab working on his game. And if he look anything like them 3 games where they went on that 3-0 streak, Ja's gonna let people know why. Yeah, when y'all was saying Anthony Edwards was the face of the league, y'all forget before that it was me. So I got Ja at number 4.
See, that's another one of those hope picks. I hope that too. I will hope for Clay, and those are 2 of the biggest hopes of mine. That's a good list y'all got. I'm going Paul George, and this ain't no hope at all. He's just better. He's just fucking better. There's been too many damn teams, too many damn excuses. He too many of these young boys goats and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, man, get it done. You're playing with maybe the best player in the game, an MVP, Joel Embiid. You got Maxey, a young all-star
Their
of the
balance
team.
is crazy. They have three at all three levels:
Oh,
guard,
exactly.
forward, and center.
Exactly. They just fit
Gave up
together.
some defense.
Paul
though.
George is supposed to fit right in
He played
seamlessly.
D too, though.
Yeah, at that point,
He
but
played
they gave
D.
up too much defense on the back end. You know what I'm saying? They got guys back there that are like study defenders, like Tobias Harris. Like I always say, like he might not be your best offensive guy. You know what I'm saying? But his defense, he's sturdy. He's sturdy.
He was paying. He wanted too much money.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
He wanted too much
Yeah,
money.
he a
Anyway.
just the replacement though. Who?
I have no idea who they end up with.
Right, that's the problem.
But in Philly, they trying to win, so they should be still trying to trade players and acquire players.
But you gotta get some. You gotta get big. You gotta get big. Look at the top dogs that they got right there. You know what I'm saying? The only thing that I can
They
say
got Drummond. They picked up
they
Drummond.
did. But that's definitely gonna help them against like the Celtics. But for a little
B
bit.
is hurt.
But then again, I also felt like with the Knicks getting rid of Halliburton, you know what I'm saying, that affects them dramatically down low though, because they have to battle with a lot of these big guys, these Drummonds, these Porzingis. You're not gonna guard these guys with no 6'10" dudes. You gotta get big. No claws.
Yeah, I don't know. It all depends, man. Cause
You better find you a Bam out of Bayou.
You can send them guys out, put them in space too.
Shit, you might think work until you got a 7'3" dude that's shooting threes or shooting over top of you.
But no, that's what I'm talking. That's what I'm talking about. Porzingis perfect. That's what I'm saying. Where you can kind of minimize that if you can put them out in space.
Then you got Al Horford who came back and he can do the same fucking thing, hit threes and do it. It's just it's a hard rotation.
That's what I'm saying. It can be a problem.
They got a
yeah.
very hard rotation to
Yeah,
get enough
absolutely.
defense.
Yeah, I totally agree. Did you say your number 4?
Number 4, I think my number 4 is going to have to be Kawhi Leonard.
I can see Kawhi having a big game.
I could see Kawhi coming back because he's all that they got. And if healthy, Kawhi still know what to do. We acting like this guy, we give a lot of credit to these other guys, and we act like this guy didn't just really walk a team to a championship playing half a year.
Yeah, Kawhi definitely still am, bro. As long as he healthy, going into that new arena, they do got a few weapons. I really like their bench, Norman Powell. I think Harden is still there. So you never know, bro. The West is gonna be tough. But I don't think that mitigates how good Kawhi Leonard could be next year. Number 3 for me, I got Luka. Ain't nothing gonna change.
Okay.
Yeah, Luka at number 3.
Okay. Shit, 3 for me, man. I'm going Jaylen Brown. I feel like
That's
he's gonna
hard.
be even better next year than this year.
Yeah, I can see
They're
that.
gonna fly through the East again, most likely.
I can see that. Motivated.
Mm-hmm.
Number 3.
Zion's a break. He is literally just one healthy year from just breaking loose. And we've seen the games that he played healthy, how good. And when he caught the back end of the New Orleans season, he was looking amazing. We get a whole season of that.
He was pretty much
36,
all last
32, 28, damn near. I'm like, come on, man.
I think next year, I think he's gonna have a huge.
And do you give him a healthy year with a C.J. McCollum, a healthy year with a Brandon Ingram, a healthy
That's the thing. He was healthy last year, so
at the
that's
back
also
end,
now-
at the back end,
Oh,
at the
he's
back
healthy?
end.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he played sparingly games.
He's gonna play 73 games though.
Yeah, but he getting better shape.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Now
Yeah,
he's
we all
starting
said
to
I think
play
this is-
basketball.
Yeah.
I think this is going to be his breakout
Yeah.
moment of the year. This is
Yeah.
where he finally feel comfortable because he had a little taste of the playoffs and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So
I totally fucking agree. People forget how good Zion is, though. When you saw on that game, he was the best player on the court, not LeBron James and Anthony Davis. He was the best player on the court. Number 2, Joker, man.
Okay.
Yeah, I got Joker number 2.
Motivated off the Serbia loss.
Yeah, no, this Joker.
This Joker being
Yeah,
Joker.
this Joker, man, Joker.
That's why I was thinking Jamal Murray. Because the Joker's just gonna be Joker. But Jamal Murray had kind of an off-brand ass year last year.
He's Jimmy Butler like. During the regular season,
Yeah.
he elevates the playoff time.
That's true, but he didn't have a whole bunch of great playoff games either. He had
No.
some game winners,
Yeah.
but he didn't have a whole great playoff run this year either. So looking at that, he may be motivated. But number 2 for me, I went LBJ, man. You know what I'm saying? He looked good playing right now. He probably gonna keep that momentum up. I know he in shape to start the season. You seem motivated.
Good. I know you got number 2.
At number 2, I got Jalen Brunson, man. I don't see a lot of people staying in front of him.
That's number 2 in the league?
Man, listen. Jalen Brunson is just getting started. He had a very, very good last year, and he's only getting better with better weapons. When you can give this man a one-on-one look, he's breaking. I'm just saying, I'm talking about these 40-point games, 50-point games. I'm watching this guy do shooting the ball, back-to-back threes, attacking the hole, drawing and ones, and you gave him another weapon with somebody he's comfortable with Malik Bridges. All you did was say, I'm just saying, like, this man was unstoppable. I know it might have been an off year because some of the better guards might have been hurt, but listen, as far as staying in front of us, a lot of guys weren't doing what he was doing, especially in the playoffs. Especially in the playoffs. Let that team would have had a healthy Julius Randle, we might be having a different conversation. But as far as being consistent day in and day out, I'm going to have to say Jalen Brunson. I'm going to have to say, man, he's going to be in the league for MVP next year. I'm trying to tell you, this man's a dog, man. We're talking about the East?
I love Jalen Brunson, but I don't know. We'll see, man. I think that's a little rich, man. Number 2, but hey, he definitely has lived up beyond expectations. I will say that.
They got mine in order like that, so it's, you know what I mean, whatever with me. Because I didn't really know what you meant exactly by in the league when we ain't rating them in the league. We're just talking about the most breakout year. So we're saying the most breakout year.
Who will be the best 10 players next year? So, like, for instance, right? For like example, somebody who had a big year, like
Shea last year.
Shea last year, before the season started, right?
Mm-hmm.
You might would have said Shea might be like a top 14 player in the league, 15 player in the league. But after seeing him last year, you would say, well, he's probably top. You know what I'm saying? He might not be. No one's going to put Shea Gilders in their top 3 players in the world.
MVP.
Right. But you can say last year he was the 3rd best player in the league last year.
Okay, you talking about like as far as MVP?
For MVP or just for that season. Because you have guys that can have that can have a
Who
great
had the best season then?
Right, you can say best season, but they were the best player that year, if that makes sense.
Right.
You see what
Who
I'm
had
saying?
the best season?
Right. Yeah. I guess
Not
theoretically
the best player, but whoever had the best
right.
season.
Who had the best season? But I guess best season.
Right.
Kinda. If you understand what I'm saying. I'm trying to. SGA is not really a good example. Kobe White is actually a good example. Like Kobe White. Like you wouldn't have him in your theoretical. Like no, he's not one of the top 50 players ever. But if you, he's not one of the top 50 players in the world. But if you look at the NBA last year, you would probably have to have him in that top 50 range.
Right. So like most improved, like making a big jump from last year to this year.
Kinda.
Okay, I'm fucking this up.
Yeah. So, who do you think would be the number 1 player in the league next year?
I feel like this is all wrong now, but Anthony Davis. I was just thinking, you know what I'm saying, he played a lot of games last year, then he played the motherfucking the Olympics, and he did well in the Olympics, coming back off that and staying in shape.
Bro, that motherfucker, defensive play that he played.
Can stay in shape for a whole other season.
But he's done it for he did it for almost like 3 seasons.
But we question
Oh, you
his
saying
motor,
shape.
his health.
I see
We
what you're
question
saying,
his
yeah.
motor, his health, his motivation.
If he
And
get
I
on
feel
that
like
0
this
dark 30
year,
shit,
all of that could come together.
and just say fuck everybody.
Yeah, man, I feel like all that can come together this year for him. Maybe
I like
not,
that.
but
Yeah,
good.
potential's always been there for
And if
Anthony
it
Davis,
do,
the best
watch
player
the
in the
fuck
league.
out, because he was supposed to be the best player on that team when he got there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Not
That's why I
LeBron.
tell people all the time, LeBron's supposed to be second fiddle.
Yeah.
LeBron was supposed to be what D Wade was when LeBron went to Miami.
Mm-hmm.
And people forget that because LeBron is fucking LeBron. You know what I'm saying, a fucking cyborg, and
Right.
AD is passive. So that's how it's kind of worked out. But it wasn't supposed to be like that.
Yeah. It's supposed to be AD's one.
Hendo, who you think best player in the league next year?
Joker, no doubt.
Joker.
Joker has been the best player for the last 3 or 4 years, roughly, to me. And it's not because of the championships. It's because of his consistency day in and day out. This guy can get you anywhere from 20 points to 10 points consistently every fucking game. And he can do it in an array of fucking different manners. He can shoot the 3 ball. He can go to the foul line. He can work a up and under. He can shoot the midi. He can distract everybody, get backdoor cuts. He just does everything. This is the same guy that we always watch and be like, damn, this old motherfucker, this bad body motherfucker ain't finna do this. And he does it. Every time against the elite players, against the Lakers, against the Clippers, and against the Timberwolves, all great teams. Against Boston's, against the Miami's, all great teams. He's just
With ease, too.
with ease. This is just what he does. It's just what he does, and he's always going to be the best player to me until he leaves. He's just a good, sizable big man that can do a lot of shit,
This
man.
motherfucker can't jump over a piece of paper or beat a turtle in a foot race.
You ain't lying. So you said Joker.
Yeah, but yet he's bringing up the ball in playoff games and winning championships.
Yeah. Anthony Davis on board.
That's okay. Yeah, man. I went with the UFO, man. Victor Wembanyama. I've been saying it for months now. I think by All-Star break, it'll be clear he's the best player in the league. When you look at today, this guy's supposed to be a sophomore in college.
You said this guy transferred into wins, though, right?
No.
Okay.
It's San Antonio.
Right. Mind you, always have to say that when we talk about it too.
No one expects San Antonio to be a champion. So no one expects them to be a championship team. Victor Wembanyama will be the best player in the league. It's no different when Michael Jordan was the best player in the league on the Bulls. He was the best player in the league on a shitty team. Yeah. It happens. It happens quite often, actually. But I think Victor Wembanyama. I think he'll be the best player in the league by All-Star break. I think it'll be pretty. Yeah, did you see his numbers when they actually started playing him? That nigga was averaging 5 blocks, bro.
See, this is my only thing, though.
I think so.
This is my
At
only
7'4", he nutmegging niggas at 7'4".
My only problem is when we revisit this mid-season, there's going to be a sturdy difference. Okay, Victor's going to have all types of crazy stats, but they're going to have 25 fucking wins. But when we look, you're right. That's what I'm saying. And then when we look at the bigger stats, is Joker's gonna be right there with damn near, if not equal, maybe a little under. But they winning is gonna be better. They're gonna have 35 wins. That's the difference. When we say the best players, we'll say like Dog is a good player, but a good player on a shitty team. And Joker will rise above and be like, man, he's a good player on a great team because them guys are getting wins. That's the difference. I'm not disputing that Victor is not going to have a great year, but if this shit's going to translate into wins and where we go with this shit, it's going to have to be Joker because he has a better system
Joker
with him.
has a better team.
He does. I'm not disputing that.
So
but
that should translate to wins.
But having a 40-point game with an L means nothing when I can have a 32-point game, 10 rebounds with a win. That's all that I'm saying. Things are getting in. What you have to do to win and what you got to do to just stay above the water is two different things sometimes. That's all I'm saying. Victor's going to have these great 40-point, but that's an L. He going to have a 50-point.
You can still be the best player in the league, though.
You can, but they
they
also look and they take wins into accountability of that is what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I'm not disputing that he won't be, but they do look at wins when we make this look at. That's all. When they make this choice, wins get factored into this. They do.
I think when you talk about MVP, yeah, they absolutely.
A lot of the shit, when we talk about guys being these great players, wins factor into this. They always do. We've held this against a lot of players. Everybody. We used to hold it against AI. We used to hold it against other players. We got to be accountable for that. He'll be a great player, but the wins aren't translating. It makes no sense to have a 60-point night if we take the L and we lose by 3. But if you tell me you can give me fucking 38 points and 17 rebounds and we win by 5, that's a different game. It's just different. It's just different.
It's two different conversations.
I just think wins has to be a common denominator and when you factor in good players because good players find a way to win.
So you can't be a good player on a So what you're saying is you can't be.
You can be a
great
good
on
player,
a
but
team.
if you're a better player, your better play translates into wins. Because I've seen guys on shitty teams still make it in. We watched LeBron with a shitty fucking team still translating to wins. That's why it's a hard argument when you talk about LeBron having a shitty season because he never had one of them. His team was least shit, but he took a shitty team to the playoffs. Wemby's not taking that team to the playoffs. They may scrape a play in, but they're not getting to the playoffs. That's the difference I'm talking about. Bron's a great player. He took that team, translated into wins, got them to the playoffs, got them to championships, lost. It's honorable. Wemby not taking his team to the playoffs. They not going to no championships with this team right here. That's the difference. A great player translating into wins. That's all. We talk about Tatum from taking them early losses and he got to win. Now we talk about him different. Same thing with Jalen Brown. My bad.
I think for one, it's comparing apple to orange. Just for one, LeBron was in the East, Wemby's in the West. For one,
First number one picks. They number one picks.
But you also have to take into account if one in the East and one in the West.
That's nitpicking. That's nitpicking.
So
We're talking about.
the East wasn't weak.
We're not saying none of that. What we're talking about is with a guy with him too. The East was weak, but LeBron's team was even fucking weaker. Okay, let's be honest. Because there was a lot of teams that LeBron put on his shoulders to beat them. That team wasn't beating them now. What I'm saying is Wemby can do all this putting on his shoulders and stuff, but they're not going to make it to what we think that destination is. That doesn't make you a great player. You'll be a good athlete, but Joker is translating these into the wins because he's taking these 40-point games, these 38-point games, these double-doubles, these triple-doubles, not only into the season, but into the playoffs as well. Like, there's a big difference. Wemby might not sniff a playoff for another 2-3 years. Like, let's be for real.
Okay, so if you put Wemby on that Nuggets team, what happens? And you put Jokic on that Spurs team.
Oh, that Spurs team still making that Spurs team's making the playoffs. That Spurs team's making the playoffs.
Absolutely not.
Making the playoffs.
No, I don't care.
They're making the
who you put
playoffs.
on that Spurs team, they're not making the playoffs.
If you
Who's
put
their second best player?
Chris Paul.
Exactly. Exactly. Nobody's making that
But tell me
playoff.
this, bro. Tell me this.
Nobody.
You trying to tell
And they would
me?
actually
You trying to tell
Kevin
me?
Johnson.
We watched Chris Paul with Lester. You trying to tell me Chris Paul and Joker ain't making a play in?
Mm-mm.
You trying to tell me Chris Paul and Joker ain't making a play in?
No.
A play in?
No.
Come on, dog.
No.
I watched Chris Paul make the playoffs with the Thunder. They had
4 or
literally
5
fucking
years ago.
nobody.
4 or 5
But they
years
had
ago.
nobody. Look at who they were playing in the West.
4 or
Look at what the
5
West
years.
had.
4 or 5 years
No,
ago.
fuck all that. Like I'm saying,
4 or 5
Chris
years
Paul, I'm not going to act like he your best defender, but Chris Paul and the Joker could make it to a play-in, and they could get you into. Well, right now, just Chris Paul and Wemby, no, because he ain't got the experience. What I'm saying is Joker does this on such a consistent basis, whether it's season, postseason, I got to put him up there. I'm yet to see Victor do this in a presser situation. I'm yet to see Victor in a game 6, a game 7, hell, even a playoff fucking game yet. Where we're taking this away from a guy who's already been in every playoff with and without his second or third best player. He was doing this without Jamal Murray. Every year, still making it there and still going deep into the playoffs. While guys are coming full roster, LeBron, AD, all this, and still giving motherfuckers trouble by himself. That's what I seen. I ain't seen Victor do that yet. It's hard for me to put him up there. I'm sure he'll have a great season. I probably should have put him at number 2 or number 3, but
Jokic was getting smacked.
wins come into this to me. That's all I'm saying.
No. Yeah.
He said, whatever y'all got going on.
Y'all got on the opinion, you know what I'm saying? Wins factor in more for you.
No, it's not that crazy.
Victor's gonna look nice,
It's not that
but shit, I also watched
I disagree.
Karolinko,
If you
AK-47
look
get a
at
quadruple
playoffs,
double, but
I don't criteria.
niggas ain't get over fucking 40 wins.
But it is that time, man. If y'all haven't known,
That's a
motherfucker.
fact.
Please tell these people what time it is, Bill.
Oh man, just trade yourself, man. Time to get on up out of here. That's what it is. Shit, today's trade yourself for me. Going to Skip Bayless, man. Going to Skip Bayless.
Ooh.
I hope his next venture is a good move. This show been trash for a while. Only talking about the Cowboys.
Oh, wow.
I mean, because every day he find a way to talk about the Cowboys or LeBron James in a new motherfucking way every time. And I just feel like he's going to be so desperate for a co-host next time he's going to be calling us. But we'll fuck around and take his show like Stephen A. did or something.
Yeah.
Because nobody's interested in this guy. You know what I'm saying? For real, his topics That's what I was saying earlier when we was talking about topics and we were talking about different things and shit. You know, not as much Green Bay shit, but same point in time, though, mixing it up a little bit. Yeah, man, you know, we gonna talk a lot of Chicago shit. You know what I'm saying? But we talking about different shit every time, also though. As opposed to the fucking Cowboys for the majority of the show. This motherfucker Skip Bayless will have 5 different Cowboy questions on one show.
Yeah, that shit got corny, dog. That shit got mad corny with Skip Bayless.
His co-host just be on there laughing at him.
Yeah, because it's like he's a Cowboy fan, but then it's, oh, well, why do we do this? We're gonna lose. And it's like, bro, like, that shit is corny, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like, no one cares about that. No one cares about you wearing Jordans and this little bitty ass rope chain. Like, that shit is corny as hell, dog.
Yeah, we don't care.
I would much rather sit there and watch Keyshawn and the other brother.
Skip was a lot better when he could relate to the people like Stephen A. was, because we would appreciate. There was a time where it was like, damn, Stephen A. was tripping. We was like, we relate, but when he was unrelatable, and I would say you couldn't really feel his vibes no more. It's, you know, when it comes to a lot of shit like that, especially, you got to feel vibes, and it's just hard to feel like his non-stiff vibes. He's just a stiff ass dude right now. He's nothing
like
to
a
him.
Character, bro.
Right. It just doesn't feel
like the token old white guy.
He
cool
doesn't feel comfortable. He feels tense. When I watch him, he's sitting like this. He just feels tense the whole time. Like, bro, ease up, bro.
I just feel like he's stale as hell. Because
they need to get him on Drink Champs.
He kind of always did. Get on Hot Wings or something. But like, always felt like Hot Ones. But like, I always felt like he was that token old white dude and all that shit.
Hell no. I wouldn't think past the first wing.
I need drinking that shit.
I would have been throwing all type of milk and shit on my face.
Oh, hell no.
Yeah.
That's
Who need to trade themselves this weekend, though?
Anybody who want to mix politics and religion together, y'all is weird to me. To say that God chooses God chooses who they wants to wake up in the morning. So for politics, we don't need to like mix that in. That's really weird to me. Listen,
don't piggyback and just say the whole Republican Party.
I mean, I wouldn't go that far, but
I would say that. Shit.
I just, if y'all understand where I'm coming from, you'll never want to mix politics and religion together. It was, what they said, it was always a handful of things you never talked about growing up.
Yeah.
It was religion and politics and race.
Yeah.
The 3 things that would always get you an argument. We've even had wars over all 3 that I've mentioned. Yeah. Just leave it alone, all right? If you want to vote for your respective party, do that. I understand. I respect it. I amend it. That's your right as an American. But to include Jesus with your vote, I don't know if Jesus would have wanted that, man. I'm just going to put that down for you. And that's always been weird to me, y'all.
Do y'all believe in black Jesus or white Jesus?
I mean, shit. Do you think any one of those guys is sending you a blessing from heaven to make you vote in a particular way? And if you do, we have a hotline number y'all need to call. It's called a suicide hotline, because that's where the fuck y'all might need to go if y'all think that.
Wow.
No, because that's ignorant. That's ignorant. Jesus, or whoever y'all look to as the upper being, does not reflect any of your political views and or votes. He is somebody who just makes sure that you open up your eyes then see another day, and all your family and your loved ones can see another motherfucking day. The fact that you might think that he picking on who you choosing for a political vote, man, slap yourself, man. Maybe you might need to see the upper room a little quicker than others, because that's silly to me. That's foolish. Never do that, man. Trade yourself, man.
Trade yourself, and just to piggyback off that,
you liked it.
I really did. I was gonna say something, but I'm not even gonna say that. I'm not gonna say that. So we just gonna.
You said enough, kind sir.
I did say enough. But yeah, all y'all, Trump supporters, man.
I didn't say that though.
Some of y'all, some of y'all cool, but all that racist stuff y'all saying about Kamala and
hey, make liquor great again.
Like stop all that shit.
Make liquor great again.
Is wild. That nigga said, now she's black. She was Indian. Now she's black. I was like, for sure. That nigga is wild.
I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'm still trying to figure out what black jobs are. I never really got a full answer to that. But hey,
black jobs.
But to keep it a buck though, man, we appreciate y'all for viewing our show today. Make sure you like and subscribe. Check us out on YouTube or the C Hendo. Thanks to all my Xbox Live buddies, man, because I ain't with that PlayStation mess. But all my Xbox buddies, man, checking us out, man. We appreciate you, man. All the like and subscribes, man.
Yes, sir, man. King KO Car Wash, in La Crosse, Wisconsin area, man. Check them out. Check Cuzzo out. Also, a breath of fresh, man. If you're in the Jackson Plaza area, check out our brother Focus, man. He might
Kickboxing champion.
Kickboxing champion, man. Steve Seagal ain't got nothing on him.
Oh, my slip. Van Dam, the only motherfucker you got to see him, though.
Yeah, Van Dam and Chuck Norris, they might have him, but
And then Wesley.
yeah. The motherfucker still trying to ice skate up. What he say, up a hill. But check him out, man. A breath of fresh over in Jackson Plaza. He got some dope retros, dope clothing, and say, hey, you might be a little short on cash. No problem. He does great shoe restoration. Also, JV over on 5th and King, the Closet, another spot here in La Crosse, man. Shop black owned, man. Retro kicks, plenty of them. Go check them out. 5th and King, the Closet. And also, man, Saturday night, you ain't doing much. You just want to sit back. It's really nice out. Want to listen to some good music. Man, get your phone, download that app, bump that radio. Check out our brother Detroit Manuel trying to bring radio back like how it used to be. And man, please like and subscribe Old Head Sports Entertainment Podcast on YouTube. We're also on Facebook. College Ball Saturdays. Go check us out. Post, debate. I'm always up for a good debate. And also on YouTube, Chendo, Ceehendo, Chendo on YouTube. Like and subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend. If you see us out, man, we're more than welcome to the debate, man. Love sports, love entertainment, all that good stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and let this brother Bill do his outro.
Yeah, old head.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The soundboard went dead, so hey, it is what it is. Same time next week, back in the basement, man. Might be talking the end of the Olympics. That was super dope. So we're gonna be talking some Olympics, and then also, you know, who else? You know,
All the preseason games should be sold up there, so we should be talking preseason talk, man.
I think next week we're gonna be doing our picks for MVP, defensive player of the year, and all that.
Off
good
the second
stuff.
preseason game by then?
Yeah,
Okay.
we getting messy. We gonna
Yeah,
get
we
messy.
doing that mid preseason. Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna get a little messy, man. Pause. But you know what I'm saying? We appreciate y'all always rocking with us. Old Head Sports Entertainment Podcast, episode 110, coming next week. We out of here. Yee.
Stats and facts.
Oh, you
No
bump that
offense,
shit,
if
Bill.
your hands don't gon' tell you the truth. B.I. Mr. Info, you know what we here for. The Old Heads Podcast. Yo, we come from Gulf States to the team at the Barclays. The Old Heads Podcast. Yo,
Do better, niggas. Do better.
This job being wanted. The Old Heads Podcast. Yo, let's go.
Hey, Polish.